Hey guys, Thunder E here and welcome to our review of the HTC One A9. Now the A9 is a mid-tier smartphone from HTC and the design is something a lot of people have talked about. Said it looks like an iPhone, and I do agree partially. Now the design language is very similar to what you have with the One series, but it does have a lot of iPhone similarities just in look and some feel. Now that being said though, this device has a 5-inch 1080p display. It's an AMOLED display, a front-facing camera that is an ultra-pixel camera, and that is actually a fingerprint sensor on the home button. Now it's powered by a Snapdragon 617 processor, and you can get either 2 or 3 gigs of RAM depending on if you're getting 16 or 32 gigabytes. I don't really like that, but hey, that's what it is. Now the fingerprint sensor itself is actually pretty good. HTC has done a good job in implementing it here on the device, so that once you basically want to unlock your device, you put your fingerprint on there, it basically unlocks. You can actually do it from when the screen's blank. I just wanted to show you from the lock screen, and the implementation is really solid. So one of the things I like about this device is how the fingerprint sensor works. Now that button is not a physical button, so it can be a little bit, it can take you a little to get used to. Now the headphone jack is something they talked about because it's got a built-in DAC, and yes, the audio quality is very good. You get a good pair of headphones, plug it in there, you will enjoy some really good audio, some really solid audio from that. Now the speaker is on the bottom there, as you can see, next to the micro USB port, and that's different from a lot of HTC devices which usually have front-firing speakers. So how does this differ from what we used to, especially with boom sound and everything HTC has cultivated with a device like this? Though the A9 is priced at $399 and it's kind of the mid-tier device, how well does the audio sound? I can tell you from the headphones, they are great. But from the speakers, I want you guys to take a listen and see how well they sound. And you can be a judge for yourself. I say it's okay. Does a decent job, but take a listen. So the audio quality is decent. It's not as loud, not as potent, but that's what it is. The device is running Android 6.0 with, of course, Sense 7, as you can see. So this blink feed, all those kind of things there. That being said, it's still really smooth. Granted, our version here is 3 gigabytes of RAM. We had almost zero performance slowdowns here, which is good. In terms of battery life, you're looking at a device here that's powered by a 2150 milliamp battery. So it's a smaller battery and it's got a small thin frame, but overall performance was really good. I could get 24 hours on this, yes, on moderate use, and it handled very well. In terms of gaming, if you're wanting that, you can check out our gaming video. It handled well in gaming too. There were pretty much no slowdowns. The 617 processor actually handles games very well, and the battery life consumption was as to be expected while doing heavy gaming. Standby on this is actually really good. We actually got close to about a day, and you can see the chat here. It's something that I think they've done a really good job at it in terms of just battery performance on the device there. So the other thing, of course, to note is that this has a 13 megapixel camera with OIS built in the back, and the camera app also has gone through some changes. So you have things like Zoe, you also now have hyperlapse, and you also have a pro mode on the camera, which actually is more extensive. Now the camera, you can of course do a Zoe clip immediately from the camera. You can switch front and back. If you swipe, you can go through all the different camera modes, or you can also hit the button on the lower left hand corner to get you to the different camera modes that you want to. The pro mode allows you to change things like your ISO, your white balance, all while taking photos, but this of course doesn't apply when you're actually shooting videos. That's something to take note. Again, it's a 13 megapixel camera which shoots at only 1080p, which it's a little bit of a bummer because most devices now are shooting at 4K, but I want you guys to take a look at a sample from the camera at 1080p and also some photos, and just we'll see what we think about them together. HTC A9, One A9, recording at 1080p because that's the max it can record. And I'm just going to walk around, of course, usual forte around the roof. And that is a beautiful scenic look at the city itself. As we walk from a lighter to a darker area, the camera has built-in OIS, so it should handle this fairly well, and it should show you transition. Now, you don't have camera functionality to adjust some of the settings within video while recording. You can do that with photos. Now, just to give you an idea, I'm going closer, and you can see that lovely view. See that tall building there? See if we can zoom in, and I cannot zoom in while recording, so that's something you cannot do. But it'll give me a good idea. Now we'll add some shots. We'll try and record some hyperlapse if we do that, but some photos so you guys get a good idea of how this camera handles shots, low lights, and all the other fun stuff. Now looking at some photos here, the One A9 does a good job, especially with a lot of light. So you saw the rocks there. This is inside the Microsoft store, outside the store during the launch event. It really picks up a lot of good detail with the camera. You can see here with the church with some shadows in the background. Now, here's the ultra pixel camera. Again, in regular light, it does a good job. You can see me here taking some really foolish selfies with this, and of course posing here with Galvatron about to fire or blast into my eye. This is a shot here with the camera in low light. You can see a lot of pixelation. Now with the Pro camera mode, you can actually brighten that up and actually give you more detail. Here's a regular shot with the camera again. And then here's another shot with the camera using the Pro camera mode. So again, allow me to take more of the image that I want to. Regular shot with the camera, and here's a Pro camera shot. So giving you a lot of detail. Now, in terms of the camera, I have to say that it does a decent job at recording video. I wasn't too impressed. Photos with the Pro camera mode, I think a lot of people will like. The One A9 is an interesting device because it's a device that HTC is trying to put in the market that they should have been, I think, for a while. That being said, it's a device you can pick up unlocked for any carrier directly from HTC, which is a nice thing. Now, priced at $399, it might be a little bit of a push because of what you're getting in terms of processor and also some of the other specs. But the device still does some things very well. The fingerprint sensor is really solid. The audio from the headphone jack is really good. And honestly, even though the design, yes, looks similar to an iPhone, it feels really nice. I'd like to see HTC take some of these things and apply it to the M series as they move forward, but I'm not sure exactly where this device really fits. But if you want to pick it up, you can from HTC.com. That is the One A9. If you have any questions, any comments, let us know. Otherwise, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and favorite this video. Do subscribe to the channel, and always enjoy your entertainment.